Today I will explain you exercise about linear system by substitution, and we are going to solve these two exercises. We are going to solve this system in two steps. The first step is to isolate one of the function for y or for x. In this case, I'm going to isolate the system by y, and it's going to be, I'm going to take the second function, it's a 2x plus y equals to 1, and I'm going to isolate this one by y, so it's going to be y equal 1 minus 2x. Remember, if this is positive, we are going to move as a negative using the transposition of term. And finally, we are going to have already isolate the first function, this function. So we're going to have the first step and we are going to move to the second step. In the second step, you have to take the other function. Remember, in the first step we take the second one, but in the second step we are going to take the second one. And we are going to write first the function. So we are going to take 3x plus 2y equals to 2. And then remember, here we have the value for y. So this value, or it's the value for y, we are going to replace in this one. So instead y, you are going to write 1 minus 2x. So we are going to have 3x plus 2, and we are going to open parentheses and we are going to write 1 minus 2x. 1 minus 2x, we are going to close the parentheses, and then we are going to work with the distributive property, equals 2. And then we're going to have 3x plus, remember 2 times 1 gives us 2, 2 times negative 2, negative 4x, equals 2. And then we are going to organize or arrange variables and constants. So we are going to have 3x, this is negative 4, so we are going to write negative 4 here, equal 2, and this 2 we are going to pass to subtracting. So it's going to be 2 minus 2. Finally, we have 3 minus 4x is going to be negative 1x equals to 0, because 2 minus 2 gives us 0. Then you divide both sides by negative 1 here and 0 by negative 1. Remember, we use this one because we need to have 1 here, so we are going to cancel this or to eliminate this number, and we're going to have just x equal to 0 divided by 1, it's 0. X equals to 0. And finally, we already have the value for x. Now, in the second step, in the third step, you're going to use this step or this formula and this value. So we are going to copy this one in the step 3 here. And we're going to have then we're going to substitute the value for x. The value for x is 0. So we're going to have 2. We are going to open parentheses, and instead this x we are going to write the 0. So we're going to close and 0. And then y equal 1 minus 2 times 0. Y equal 1 minus 2 times 0. Minus 2 times 0 gives us 0. So would be y equal 0. Y equal 1 minus 0 gives us 1. And this is going to be our second value, or it's the value for y. So we're going to have like this. And we already finished with this exercise. Now, the solution of the system would be the value for x, it's 0, and the value for y, which is 1. And we already finished with the system. This is the solution for the system. Now, in the second exercise, we are going to follow the same steps. Step 1, step 2, and step 3. So I'm going to copy these steps just to okay, I'm gonna do it like that. So we are going to copy just step 1 here, step 1. And step 1, remember, you have to take one of the function. You have to think in what function do you have to take it. In this case, I'm gonna take the first one because it's better for isolate. So I'm gonna write h equal, we copy positive 1 here, and this is negative, we pass to positive 3g. Okay, and then This is our first step. Now, in the step number 2, we are going to use the other function. So I'm going to write step 2 here. In step 2, I'm going to take, in the first one, remember I used the first one. Now in the second one, I'm going to use this one. So it will be 2h plus 5g, 2h plus 5g equals to positive 3. And remember, the value for h is 1 plus 3g. So we are going to substitute that value. 2h plus 5, we are going to open parentheses. No, wait. So it will be 2, open parentheses. Remember, the value for h is 1 plus 3g. 1 plus 3g, close parentheses. Then will be plus 5g. Plus 5g after the parentheses. Plus 5g, which is this one, equals to 3. Then we solve it using the distributive property. 2 times 1 and 2 times 3. 2 times 1 gives us 2 plus 2 times 3 gives us 6g plus 5g equal to 3. Then we need to arrange or organize variables and constants. So it will be 6g plus, here is 5g, remember. I write 5, but this is 5g because it is 5g. So finally we have 6g plus 5g equals to 3, and this is positive 2, we pass to negative 2. So finally we're going to have 6 plus 5 equals to 11. So 11g equal to 3 minus 2 gives us 1. And then you divide both sides by 11. So by 11 here and this one by 11. And then we are going to divide 11 times over 11 gives us 1. And we're going to have the value for g, which is j equal 1 over 11. J equal 1 over 11. Now, remember, in step 3, we are going to use this one, the first step. So here we have, and we are going to substitute this value. Remember the value for g is equals to 1 over 11. So in the third step, I'm going to write here, we are going to replace this value. So it will be h equal 1 plus 3, we open parentheses, 1 over 11. And we are going to close the parentheses. And then we're going to have h equal 1 plus 3 over 11. And then you solve this one. Remember this one, you can write as a fraction 1 over 1. And this is always when we need to write a number as a fraction, we add 1, okay? When it's a whole number. And then will be 11 times 1, 11. 11 plus 3 will be h equal 14 over 11.